welcome to all for fourth day deliberation of 5 days online faculty development program. We had today's speaker, Professor Kumar Chander, a professor at Christ Deemed University. Sir will going to speak on research challenges and opportunities on computational social sciences. Sir, let me give a small description on this topic. Computational social science, that we'll call it as a CSS, is an emerging area of research situated at intersection of social and computer sciences. The science that investigate social phenomena through the medium of computing and related advanced information technologies. The professor will further elaborate on this topic in a simple way. Of course, it is a interdisciplinary and a new concept to me. Okay. So now I request Professor Rashmi to introduce Professor Kumar Chander, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I heartily welcome you all to this 10th technical session of 5 days online faculty development program on application of artificial intelligence in business, which is sponsored by AICTE. It's my privilege to welcome today Chief Guest Dr. S. Kumar Chander. He is a graduate in BSc, postgraduate in MCA, MBA, and also hold MPhil in image processing. Sir holds 3 Doctor of Philosophy, one on management from Chhatrapati Sahuji Maharaj University, and second one from computer science in the field of artificial intelligence in finance from Madurai Kamraj University. And the third one is from computational cognitive neurofinance from again Madurai University. He is currently working as an associate professor in School of Business and Management, Department of Christ, that is deemed to be University Bangalore. Sir has 20 years of experience in variety of technical, managerial, and teaching roles. Sir attended nearly 68 faculty development program and 20 seminars and 25 workshops, and he published 43 papers out of 15 were in Scopus and 7 Web of Science. Sir also organized more than 20 workshop and seminars, and sir invited talk to give a special talk on various subjects, and he done major research project which is sponsored by Center for Research Project Christ University, and sir got various professional achievement awards also. So accredited management teacher award, which is awarded by All India Management Association, Center for Management Services, Delhi. And the second award is Strategic Management Forum of India awarded Certified Management Teacher Award to him. He also received ITIL V3 Certified in Service Management from Exim Global Certification. In today's session, sir will give talk on research challenges and opportunities in computational social science. I hope today our participants will be able to seek more knowledge from you, sir. You have such a good profile and such a good experience. So now I will hand over this session to you, sir. Over to you, sir. Thanking you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you for introducing about me to the audience. So first of all, I am thankful to Dr. Satyanarayana sir for giving me this opportunity. If I am not given this opportunity, definitely I would have been a participant, because 1 month before, while going through the AICT Atal portal, I came to know about this particular FDP on artificial intelligence in business and society in business. So actually, I thought of initially I thought of attending this particular program, but later over a period of time, due to some of my other appointments, I'm not able to attend this particular program. But luckily, I got a call from Dr. Satyanarayana sir to give a session on this particular topic, challenges and opportunities in computational social science research. So anyway, I am so happy that I am part of this particular FDP, even though I'm not able to become a participant. As a resource person, I joined with all of you people. Okay. Now, coming to this particular concepts of computational social science research, Dr. Satyanarayana sir give a kind of insight what is all about. It is a combination of computer science plus social science. But our management science mostly comes under the category of social science. And moreover, for the last 3 days, you are having a deliberation of how artificial intelligence in marketing, how artificial intelligence in HR, how artificial intelligence in banking, how artificial intelligence in finance. Likewise, in management science, you might have get a lot of informations about the applications of artificial intelligence in business. So I'm also taking the same road, but in certain area, I'm going to take a deviation. And moreover, if you take artificial intelligence, it is not a new area. It got developed from 1950. Even my guide in 1970s, he did his research in the area of artificial intelligence. In 2010, I did my research in the area of artificial intelligence in business applications. So last, it is a nearly 70 years of journey, but still we have to go another 70 years. So whatever I'm going to discuss with you people, even you can discuss, you can take it for you, or you can forward. You can take it for you, or you can forward it to me.
Yes, Professor, you go ahead. Go ahead. No issue.
Yeah, sorry. Now, there is a further development plan up to 2070, because from 2021, we have to envision for another 50 years. That is what the kind of visual thinking for a research scholar. If you are a research scholar, if you are doing a research, especially in the area of management science or computer science, you must have a visual thinking, or even you are having a lateral thinking up to 2050 at least. Okay, so there are a lot of new ideas are all keep on getting emerging up. As a research scholar or as a faculty in the area of management science, we have to equip ourselves in the new area. That is what, if you look into my first slide, you can be able to see that there is a old way and there is a new way. Okay, what is the old way and what is the new way? See, for example, now as a management faculty, now there are a lot of pressure from all the universities. Every year, minimum 2 Scopus publication is mandatory. See, for example, I am working in Christ University. Now we are having a mandatory policy, mandatory thing that we have to publish minimum 2 Scopus in a year. Okay, but especially those who are all in management schools as well as commerce, they are struggling a lot to publish papers in Scopus. There are a lot of predatory journals are also there. That is the next one. But other than that, they are finding it very difficult to publish a paper in Scopus index journals, especially commerce, management science, as well as social science. So where is the problem lies in? The problem lies in, if you are taking a very old problem and if you are trying to use very old research methodology, then that result is not acceptable for the research community. Because whatever the research we are doing, it have to be acceptable by the international community. That is what the most of the journals are all interested in. But even I took the IIM as an example, even the next tier 1 and tier 2 institutes. See, most of the institute, whatever the research work we are doing, it is not up to the universal standard or internationalizations. Because whatever the research, what we are doing, it have to be useful to the society, or it have to be useful to the multinational companies if you are talking about a business. So if we are not solving the requirement of the industry, or if you are not solving the requirement of the society, what is the usefulness of this particular research? As an outcome, the research have to be useful to the industry as well as the society. That is what today we will discuss about what is old way and what are all the new ways of looking into the research. Okay, so and moreover, being enrolled yourself in this particular FDP, so definitely you might have accepted the challenges. That is what your learning curve is more ahead than the others. That is what you already accepted the challenges. Only thing is we have to explore what are all the opportunities ahead. That we will discuss within another 1.5 hours of our discussion. Yes, already madam introduced about me, but because my research journey is also related to the kind of topic what I am going to discuss. Because during the time of 2000 to 2003, because my basic degree is MCA, Master of Computer Applications, but immediately I did my research in the area of image processing. Now it is called as computer vision, because the image processing, signal processing, these are all considered to be the computer vision, image processing. And after that, I worked on a research area, intelligent agent for information retrieval. Due to some technical difficulty, I discontinued that research, but still that particular research topic is valid. I'm reading once again. The topic is intelligent agent for information retrieval. See, for example, if you are searching it in Google, you are getting lakhs and lakhs of web links. But if you are searching it in a Google, you have to find out what you exactly want. So that is what you are having an agent. Agent is an artificial intelligence agent. The artificial intelligence agent to understand your behavior, your qualification, your search history. Based upon that, it will retrieve the information. See, for example, if you take the word rose, rose may be a flower, rose may be a color, rose may be a person's name. So same word is having a different meaning, different context, in a different situations. So that is what it is called as artificial intelligence agent for information retrieval. Okay, now you can able to apply the same concept in to retrieve the image, to retrieve the videos. See, for example, now in finance, in banking, we are having a call centers. In call centers, all the conversation between the call centers employee and the customer is getting recorded. So immediately they have to retrieve certain conversations. So for that purpose, they are using artificial intelligence. And after that, I did my PhD in the area of marketing management for my survival purpose. And again, I want to continue my computer science research. So I continued my computer science research in the area of artificial intelligence in business applications, especially the finance domain. Most concentration is about finance domain. And after that, again, I extended the same research work in soft computing and bio-inspired computing in stock price prediction. I submitted my Doctor of Science in the area of natural computing in finance. And again, now I'm continuing my another research, the transdisciplinary research, because I will discuss about what is multidisciplinary research, what is interdisciplinary research, and what is transdisciplinary research. So now I am pursuing another research work in the area of computational cognitive neuroscience in business applications. So I am combining 3 areas: computer science, cognitive science, neuroscience in business applications. It means I'm trying to combine 4 areas. So that is a transdisciplinary research. Right now, I am in that journey. In future, I am having a plan to do another research work in the area of quantum computing in business applications, and ultimately, which leads to legal analytics. So this is a journey. For example, if you take my profile from 2002 to 2021, ultimately, mostly nearly 20 years of journey. So in the 20 years of journey, I started with computer science. Again, I moved into management science. Again, I deviated myself into data science and artificial intelligence. So now I am moving towards the another area of computational cognitive neuroscience. Okay, so why I am showing this, later I'll get into this area. Now you have to understand, sir, why you are talking about these concepts and all. Because the research how to create the kind of a curiosity in your mind. What kind of a curiosity? Because the technologies keep on getting evolving. And because of this COVID-19, there are a lot of new initiatives, especially in the area of digitalization and automation. So this technology enables more diverse applications, which will lead to blurring disciplines as well as the boundary, shrinking domain boundary. That word is very, very important. Now, as a business community, we are discussing about data science in business applications and artificial intelligence in business applications. For example, if you take banking as an example, artificial intelligence in banking. So if you apply that concepts, the boundary between finance and computer science is totally merged. Previously, if you take banking jobs, most of the jobs are all taken over by or occupied by the commerce graduates as well as the management graduates, because they are having a strong foundational knowledge about accounting principles, financial management, auditing, financial control systems, strategic finance, all those things. Now you might have the bank, mostly it is moving towards, banking sector is moving towards privatization. Okay, in the sense why it is moving towards privatizations, because we have to reduce the operational cost. So if you are reducing the operational cost, which will leads to sometimes that so many jobs will be get eliminated. There are so many new jobs are all going to get added. This is the one. The next one, the Reserve Bank of India. Initially, the blockchain concept, cryptography, this kind of a concept is not acceptable by the Reserve Bank of India. But now, over a period of time, they are going to accept the blockchain in the banking sector. So more technological influence towards the domain knowledge of or specialization of business. So in future, most of the banking jobs, accounting jobs, auditing jobs can be get replaced by those who are having computer science and data science background. Because if you want to work in the area of artificial intelligence, if you want to work in the area of blockchain, if you want to work in the area of Internet of Things, you must have an idea about computational thinking. I'm not telling about only computer science. You must have a knowledge about computational thinking and algorithmic thinking. So both these computational thinking and algorithmic thinking, which will lead to the future jobs. Okay, so imagine the banking sector. It moved from core banking to digital banking. Now we are moving towards smart banking. Now, if the digital banking and smart banking is going to be get implemented over a period of time, there are so many jobs are all going to get eliminated, and there must be an opportunity for those who are all working in the area of data science and artificial intelligence. So the traditional concept of accounting, management, auditing is going to get replaced by data science and artificial intelligence. So that if you are taking only the business domain, whether it is marketing or whether it is HR, it's all same approach. Next, we are moving into the other dimensions. If, for example, we are having social science, we are having a psychology, okay, and we are having economics. So this area is also going to get influenced by artificial intelligence. So that is what here, the technological advancement in the area of artificial intelligence is creating a kind of a chaos in the system by blurring the disciplinary boundary and shrinking the domain. Okay, so that is what, even if you go with the National Education Policy 2020, the government is encouraging the institutions to go. Even multidisciplinary university itself is somewhat, it is getting outdated. We have to move towards interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary research, because already if you take the top foreign universities, they are moving away from interdisciplinary to transdisciplinary. But in Indian context, now only we are talking about multidisciplinary. But this will create more conflict and more hits. In our university, I am facing the similar problems because I am from computer science. I am not a finance person. I am not from accounting. I am not from auditing. But most of my research is in the area of finance, especially stock price prediction. Okay. If you take finance faculties, they are doing at the maximum of econometrics and behavioral finance. Most of the, if you take accounting and economics faculties, as well as finance faculties, the tricks as well as behavioral finance, that's it. They are finding very difficult to do research in the area of artificial intelligence in finance, algorithmic trading, stock price prediction, okay, insurance technology. So these kind of an area. So there are, as usual, you know that no, we are all going with the ego, especially the researchers. So there are so many conflicts will come. Next one, we are also moving from information theory to decision theory to complex theory. Now, data science is getting outdated. Even now, we are all talking about artificial intelligence, because there is a concept called DIKW architecture. D stands for data, I stands for information, K stands for knowledge, W stands for wisdom. That is what it is called as DIKW. Now, data science, as I said, that is the bottom of the pyramid. Now from data, we already moved into the information. But once you move from the informations, ultimately, what is the next option? Decision making. Okay. This decision making, again, which will lead to complexity theory. Because the problems in this world, see, if you are trying to solve the business problem, somewhat it is easy. But if you try to solve the social problem, it is very difficult. So it means I am talking about, we have to move from artificial intelligence application in business to artificial intelligence applications in society. So there are a lot of interesting domain is keep on getting emerging. Because as you said, if you combine AI with finance, okay, you are talking about behavioral finance. I'm talking about computational finance, cognitive finance, neurofinance. Interesting domain is keep on getting emerging. Say, for example, if you take the hierarchy or evolution in the area of finance, most of the researchers are all still working in the area of traditional finance and accounting concepts. From that, very few researchers are all working in the area of behavioral finance. From behavioral finance, definitely we have to move into computational finance, cognitive finance, and neurofinance. So, lot of new domain areas, new intersections, new way of looking into that. That if you, as a research scholar, if you are so curious, definitely you can able to work in that area and you can able to make an impact. So whatever I discussed earlier, I summarized with this. As a researcher in the area of management science, you must be a divergent thinker as well as you must be a convergent thinker. Using these technologies, you have to find out a new way. What are all the different possible ways to reach a solution? That is divergent thinking. But over a period of time, this is a time for convergent thinking, thinking for a final solution. That is what now we are into artificial intelligence. If you are going with the traditional research method, most of the time it will leads to divergent thinking. Okay, but now we have to give a global solution, universal solution, optimal solutions. Definitely the previous speakers might have given an importance why we have to use artificial intelligence, why we have to use data science. Because if you are using a data science, at the maximum you can go for prediction. That's it. Beyond prediction, you cannot use data science. Artificial intelligence, minimum level, it starts with prediction, prescriptive analytics, cognitive analytics, finally which will leads to optimization. Okay, so most of the artificial intelligence applications, research applications, have to be helpful in the area of optimizations, especially in the area of convergent thinking. What is the optimization problem? For example, in the +2 level, we might have studied the concept of traveling salesman problems, where we can able to use the traveling salesman problem. For example, if you take the example of Ola, Uber, or Swiggy, Uber Eats. So these are all the apps. So many customers will order different kind of food in different places. So now these algorithms have to be find it out which route is the shortest route from the particular hotel to the customer's place. So it have to find out the shortest path. See, now if you go with the Swiggy, they will give you 30 minutes to deliver the food items. So whether we can able to improve the customer service, customer satisfaction, or customer experience, whether we can able to reduce the time durations. Okay, so imagine if you are traveling from one particular place to another place, it will take 1 hour to reach that particular place. So whether there is any shortest route to reach that particular place by within 45 minutes. As I said, Swiggy, whether I can able to deliver the food items within 15 minutes, not instead of 30 minutes. 30 minutes, whether I can able to give 15 minutes. So that there are a lot of algorithms are all working. Because now you know that if you go with the kind of apps, it will capture all the data. In the mobile, you know which route you are traveling, which time you are traveling, okay, and all the geographical locations, everything is getting captured. So if you are capturing the data, finally what we are going to take the data. So that is what is the decision making. Sometimes the decision making which will leads to complex also. That is what we said, convergence thinking. So as a researcher in management science, definitely you must have this divergent thinking as well as you are having a convergent thinking if you take irrespective of any kind of your specializations. Now, there is a request to the participants, remove the mental barrier. I am from marketing, I am from finance, I am from HR, because slowly the boundary is getting reduced, getting reduced. Okay, so this is one important thing. Yes. So now I'm coming to the talk outline because we have to discuss about what is computational social science, how it got evolved, and what are all the enabling technologies, and what is the research impact, what is business impact, and what is society impact, and for that, how we have to redesign our curriculum. Apart from that, I will discuss about some of the use cases and what are all the research directions and research trends and what will be the future trend. All those things, this is what the brief outline about my talk. Yes. Now, this is a very important quote by a British statistician. All models are wrong, but some are useful. What is the interpretation of this? Because if you take any kind of a management science, not only a management science, even a data science, because in management science, you people will come up with the hypothesis. In data science, we will come up with a model. Whether it is a hypothesis or model can be proven wrong. Because we are having a concept called sample. Sample, as per the thumb rule, 1/10 of the population. And even if you take most of the research, at the maximum, we will go with the 350 data, 350 records. The sample size will be. Okay, but there are a lot of biases will be there. So that is what, sorry, the people can prove that our research can be wrong. Same thing in data science, our models can be also wrong. Say, for example, I am doing my research in the case of stock price prediction. In the stock price prediction, there are nearly 54 technical indicators are there. Out of 54 technical indicators, I am using only 15 technical indicators. Okay, so it can be also wrong. That is what now, in future, we have to make sure that whatever the prediction models, whether it is in a marketing area or finance area or HR area, it have to be useful. Here, this is like a Pareto principle. For example, you might have come across the concept of Pareto principle, 80-20. So here what they are claiming, 80% of the research is wrong. Only 20% are all useful. But now we have to make it reverse. What 80% of the research, what we are doing, it have to be useful to the society. Okay, so that is what are all the different ways we can be able to solve? Because social science is also going in a different direction. Data science or artificial intelligence science is going in a different directions. Why can we able to merge these two and we can be able to improve the efficiency, effectiveness, and optimization? So now I gave you a clear picture where we were, where we are now, and where we are going. So we have to move from the traditional management science research to data science research and artificial intelligence research. From artificial intelligence, we have to move into computational social science. Computational social science. Okay. So as Satyanarayana sir said, computational science is a combination of social science or management science plus computer science. So what we were is management science. What we are now is artificial intelligence. Combine these both, you can able to find it out where we are going. That is what my topic. Yeah, I request all of you to go through this particular slide. It is very, very important because if you go with the World Economic Forum report, WEF, World Economic Forum report, so they gave you a prediction that how the technology is influencing the business, the science, the technology, what will be the future scenarios, what are all the emerging and the future accelerators, and what are all the innovative accelerators. So if you go with this particular slide, very clearly you can able to get an understanding that this left side, there are all the technologies. So what are all the technologies? Internet. By default, now everybody is using internet. Social networking, social media, mobile computing, cloud, big data, 3D printing, renewable energy, Internet of Things, cognitive systems, nanotechnology, robotics, blockchain, genomics, and drones. These are all the technologies. So even the AICT Atal, the program, initially they designed this particular program to create a awareness in the thrust areas. To create a awareness in the thrust areas. So these are all the thrust areas. Okay. Now, these thrust areas which will lead to the future scenario. So what will be the future scenario? We are having a connected car. We are having a smart home. We are having a smart cities. We are having a next generation education, because even now I am preparing a talk on artificial intelligence in education, sharing economy, cyber war. Now we are having a bio war that is called COVID-19. Now in future, cyber war, health and life extension, money 2.0, because now we are moving from physical money to digital money to again even virtual money. So that is what money 2.0, the circular economy, the institution, the transport 2.0, food 2.0, work 2.0, human 2.0, human machine collaboration, again finally which will lead to artificial super intelligence. That's what I said. So this is the research plan, or this is the research direction for you for another 50 years, my dear friends. Another 50 years you can able to plan your research career as well as your teaching interest in these domains. In these domains. Okay. And inside that, there is that some topics are all mentioned in the black shadow. These are all the problems. These problems now, because of this COVID pandemic, we already started experiencing it, because the climate change, global inequality, globalization, liberalization, shifting views of the retirement. See now, previously, even because my father was working in the university, at the age of 58, he got retirement. But now imagine the professors, those who are all working in the private universities as well as state universities. At the age of 60, they look so young. So in future, the retirement age can be up to the age of 90. But which will create a kind of an unemployment opportunity for the youngsters. So there are a lot of things, the population growth, changing notion of the work, rising independent workers, shifting views of the retirement, resource scarcity, and growing need of the elderly care. That is what now artificial intelligence in healthcare. That is another very growing area, increasing lifespan. because on an average, the lifespan of the individual is previously 64, but now it will go up to 90. Okay, so there are a lot of new changes is also keep on getting coming up, especially in this particular area. So this will give you a very clear-cut understanding what are all the research domains we are all moving towards. Okay, so now one thing is very important, which will give you an importance of what to say, the technological advancement as well as the research problems. Both the things have to be combined together. Okay. I think definitely some of the earlier presenters might have given you the information about industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 or 4.0. So now I am also giving the similar view, but my inference is totally different. Most of our management science research or social science research, still we stuck up in industry 3.0. Industry 3.0. What is industry 3.0? Computers and automations. It is a very outdated context. Now we are moved into cyber physical system. Even now we are going to cyber physical cognitive systems. Okay. So most of the traditional research is in industry 2.0, mass productions, assembly line. Still we are talking about lean management, Six Sigma, a production line. So these concepts are all industry 2.0. At least we have to move into industry 3.0 as well as 4.0. So here the term they are using a word cyber physical systems. What do you mean by cyber physical system? The conversion of physical product into digital. The conversion of physical product into digital. So that is called as cyber physical systems. The same way, again, what is cyber physical cognitive system? Cyber physical plus society. So that is what it is called as cyber physical cognitive systems. Okay, so now you got a trend where the industry is moving towards. So according to the industry's requirement, we have interest and research domain knowledge. One context. So again, similar example, but to give a much more clarity, I add this slide. The electronic automation is different. Data automation is different. But now the electronic automation is already over. From the electronic automation, it is generating so many data. See, for example, if you take the examples of IoT, Internet of Things. So these kind of devices, with your knowledge, even without your knowledge, it is collecting the data. So nowadays, data is not at all a problem. Data is not at all a problem. But using the data, how we are going to analyze the data? That is where here we are using a word cyber physical systems. As I said earlier, can we be able to convert a physical component into a digital component? The digital component here it is mentioned as cyber. So physical component means, for example, if you take your mobile phone, in your mobile phone, the camera is by default is embedded. Previously, we are having a separate device for your camera. There is a digital camera available, no? Now the entire digital camera is embedded in your smartphone. Previously, we used to have a calculator. Now the calculator is embedded inside the mobile phone, smartphone. Okay, and now car. If you are taking the autonomous cars, the physical component is also there because we cannot replace the tires. We cannot replace the engine. But the dashboards, okay, the kind of a communication system, the kind of a driving systems, So now we are moving towards autonomous cars, driverless cars. So the driverless is the digital component. So as I said, in the case of a physical component, if you take a car, there must be a tire, there must be a gearbox, there must be a steering, as well as there must be an engine. We cannot replace that. But how we are going to operate that car is going to be get changed. So that is what it is called as smart cars or driverless cars. Okay, so that is the industry 4.0 thing. So now we have to understand that if it is the kind of a situation, what are all the research challenges are there? Okay, because it will create a lot of challenges, lot of policy challenges, lot of economic challenges, lot of personality behavior challenges. So for that, we have to change our research topic as well as the research domain. This is what I told you. So there is a physical world, there is a social world, there is a mental world. That is what conventional words. There is no interaction with this because the physical component is totally different. The social world is totally different. Our mental world is totally different. So here we can able to see three different types of domains. The social world is social science. The mental world is psychology. The physical world is science. Now, in the Industry 4.0 revolution, we are going to interconnect the cyber connected worlds. What do you mean by the cyber connected worlds? The physical world, the social world, as well as the mental world. Everything can be converged by using the technology cyber world. So here now there is in the second diagram, you can be able to see that it got converged. It got converged. So previously, Industry 4.0 is for the technical people. But now we are moving towards Industry 5.0. So that is called cyber-enabled world. Cyber-enabled world. It means there must be an interaction between physical world to cyber world. There must be interaction between cyber world to social world. There must be interaction between the cyber world to mental world. So everything have to be combined together. Everything have to be get combined together in a different approach. Got it? So now, here, what are all the research challenges? So now here, technology is acting as a enabler. Artificial intelligence is acting as a enabler. So in future, definitely we are moving towards a cyber world. In the case of the cyber world, what kind of a cyber social problems we are going to face? See, for example, now I'll give you a current example. Now there is a misunderstanding between Government of India and Twitter. What is the misunderstanding? The Government of India is asking the entire data, what is happening in Twitter, it have to be hand over to the Government of India for some kind of a review. Because the Government of India want to know where the data is originated, who are all forwarding it, who are all creating the content in social networking sites. So initially the Twitter said no to that because they said data privacy, data security, all those things, we only handle it, all those things Twitter did. So now still the fight between Twitter as well as the Government of India is going on. That is a ever-ending process. That is a ever-ending process. Now imagine the Government of India or any government mostly, they want to find it out what is going on in social networking sites. Now you know that if you open the Facebook as well as your WhatsApp, there are so many forward messages. And we also don't know who is creating the content, how they are creating the content. There are a lot of images is morphed, but they are creating the content and simply they are forwarding it, and we are also knowingly or unknowingly or purposefully, we are also forwarding the message, or sometimes we are creating the content and we are commenting about the content. So this is now this social networking science become a digital politics platform. Previously, the politics is totally different. Now, because of the cyber physical interface, now we are seeing WhatsApp, social networking sites, all are considered to be the kind of digital platform for digital politics. Yes, now same way how the industry is evolved, here the society is also getting evolved. How the society is evolved right now, as I said, right now we are already moving from industrial society to information society, isn't it? We are at the society 4.0. So in the society 4.0, what do you mean by information society? See, for example, now all of you are having a smartphone. On an average, whether irrespective of whether it is Geo or BSNL, they are all giving 1.5 GB of data per day. 1.5 GB of per day. Even some of the telecom players, they are giving even 2 GB data per day. Now imagine on an average, an individual citizen's consumption of data is 1.5 GB per day. Huge data. See, imagine per day, an individual is consuming 1.5 GB of the data. Minimum, I'm talking about minimum. How much data we are generating? That is what so many forwards in WhatsApp as well as social networking sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are all communicating and we are all sharing like anything. Okay. So now what is the business? What is the research opportunity for us? So we will try to find it out what people are all communicating, how it is disturbing their mind. That is what the social science comes in, or that is what psychological science comes in. Okay. So now on top of the data, as I said, the information society 4.0 is information society. Now we are learning artificial intelligence, which combined together, we are moving towards society 5.0, that is people-centered. So now you try to correlate the industry evolution. The industry evolution, we are moving from cyber physical system to cyber physical social system. Next one, the society. In the case of a society, we are moving from information society to people-centric society. That is where the opportunity for the researchers. So here we are getting a different kind of a research problem. That is not a traditional research problem. It is very difficult. It requires a kind of a complex thinking also. I talk about divergent thinking. I talked about convergent thinking. I talked about visual thinking. I talked about lateral thinking. Now there is a complex thinking, or it is called a systems thinking. Okay, I'll tell you what is that systems thinking is. Yeah, complex systems. Now in future, the research problems can be based upon this. Because the research problem is based upon nonlinear dynamics, because the problem is not linear. Because linear problem, very easily we can be able to solve the linear problems. So most of the research problems will be in the area of nonlinear programs, dynamics, game theory. That's what optimization. Okay. So now see here, for example, your behavioral finance is also comes under this category of game theory. We are having a bounded rationality. We are having an irrational behavior, cooperation versus competition, and evolutionary game theory, collective behavior. So now, mostly this computational social science, we are going to discuss about the collective behavior here. What do you mean by collective behavior? The agent-based modeling, synchronizations, and colony optimization. I'll tell you, don't worry, these are all very technical terms, but I'll tell you what is ant colony optimizations, what is particle swarm optimizations, what is swarm behavior, So these are all the concepts we are trying to infuse in our management decision making. Networks. We are having a social networks. We are having a scale-free networks. So likewise. So these are all the very emerging areas. That's what in the beginning of my slide I mentioned. We are moving from information theory to decision theory to complex theory. So in future, whatever the research problem you are going to address is going to be with this nature. It is not going to simple. It is not going to be simple. It is going to be complex. The future research problems are all very, very complex and even complicated. Complicated. Okay. Yeah. So now just we will discuss about the different types of artificial intelligence before moving into the research domain. So now just you are having an understanding about just what is artificial intelligence. Because artificial intelligence is trying to mimic the human behavior. Trying to mimic the human behavior. Not only the human behavior, the way we talk, the way we think, okay, the way we represent the points, all those informations artificial intelligence is trying to solve. So here, if you go with that, there are 2x2 approach. There is a hardware approach, there is a software approach. So there is a human approach. So there is no human in the loop. There is no human in the loop. Yes. So now we are at the very initial stage of artificial intelligence in application perspective, because already the concepts, the architecture is everything is they already developed. Everything they already developed. But here in this context, how slowly, because so far artificial intelligence is trying to solve the rule-based systems. Please understand the word. Artificial intelligence is trying to solve the rule-based systems. What do you mean by the rule-based systems? Okay, in the sense the logical thinking, logical decision making is going to be get solved using artificial intelligence. But now we are moving towards assistive intelligence. That is what? What do you mean by assistive intelligence? See, for example, now in our society, there are so many elderly people are all there. For that elderly people, how artificial intelligence is going to assist them? That is what this concept is another way called as artificial intelligence in healthcare. Now we already, because of this pandemic, we already started using certain robots in hospital environment. For example, now imagine COVID-19 patients are there. For this COVID-19 patient, somebody have to give medicine. Now, in most, even in Indian context also, they created a robo. The robo will take care the kind of medicine, what type of medicine, which proportion of the medicine, in which time it have to be given to the patient. All those things, the robot will do that. So we have to train the robot. We have to train the robot to help the human being. Please understand the word. That's what in the top they mentioned as humans in the loop. So far in the artificial intelligence, whatever the deliberations you undergone for the last 3 years, whether it is 3 days, whether it is a marketing, finance or HR, human is not a part of that. But now we are talking about human is a part of that. What do you mean by the human? Assistive intelligence. We have to help the human. We have to help the human. Oh, for example, now there are so many kids in this world. They are not able to hear. The autism kids. For autism kids and all, how we are able to design a artificial intelligence robot to help autism kids. How we are able to create a robot to help the elderly people with different medical conditions, with different medical conditions. So that is called assisted intelligence. So next one, still if you are moving beyond a limit, augmented intelligence. So we have to give emotion. We have to be creative, because now we are, as a human being, we are claiming that We are good at emotion, we are good at creativity, we are good at feelings, we are good at insight, we are good at conversations. All those things now we are trying to climb. But already the research scholars, they are already working in this area of augmented intelligence. So augmented intelligence means rational plus emotion. Please understand the word rational plus emotion. We have to create an emotion. The robotics have to give an emotions. How a human being can able to give an emotion? Creativity. Because so for example, now if you take A.R. Rahman, he is a very good composer. He can sing well. He can compose the very good songs. All those things. Now whether artificial intelligence can be able to compose a new song, or another one best example. Now, see, imagine we are all faculty members. Now, whether artificial intelligence is going to help us in evaluating our assessments, papers. The students are writing the semester exams, no? So, whether the students' semester exams, papers can be evaluated by artificial intelligence with the emotions, with the logic, then that is called as augmented intelligence. And slowly we are having automations and autonomous intelligence. All those things are there. Yeah, I'm skipping this. Yeah, now the major challenge where the research opportunity lies in. Because here, three peoples plays a major role. One is the technological advancement, another one is the business applications, and another one is the societal applications. So now, the in the running race, you might have known that you have to pass the button. So the technological advancement is already there. Technological advancement, as I said, now even we have went for the IoT, Internet of Things, blockchain, cyber security, artificial intelligence, data science, 3D printing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, everything exists. Technology-wise, there is no problem at all. But it is not spread evenly. So now we have to spread that. So we have to convert the technology into a business problems, business applications, and societal applications. So that is where here the role of the research scholar is very, very important. Researchers are all very, very important. So they have to work in that kind of an area. They have to reduce the implementation time and they have to reduce the cost. So in the previous slide, I was mentioning about how assistive intelligence as well as how augmented intelligence is helping the elderly people and those kids, those who are all affected with the autism or some special issues, special children, special, we used to call it as a special children. So that kind of things, the operation cost, the cost have to be reduced. These technologies are all already there, but it is so cost. So we have to reduce that cost. So in that context, the role of the researcher is very, very important. Okay, so that's what I said. Technology changes so rapidly, we have to change it. Yes. Now, don't repeat the same research and expect the new result. Old research is not going to bring a new results because it will create a research bubble. We have to focus on future research domains and future research area. How we are able to going to do that? I'm skipping certain slides because of the time. Yeah. So now we have to make use of this advanced technological evolution into computational social science. So here I am using a word, the social science, computer science, and IT is working on silos. There is no interface. But we have to integrate that solutions. Then we can able to move from divergence to convergence part. How we can able to do that? That's what. So far, our research is in different directions. But if you combine our research, you can able to create a different designs. So you can able to apply computer science in marketing. computer science in finance, computer science in HR. That's what you are having a topic: artificial intelligence marketing, artificial intelligence finance, artificial intelligence HR, artificial intelligence banking, artificial intelligence in insurance, regulatory technologies, insurance technologies. Likewise, the concepts are all goes on. So the main theme is how we are going to design that. So we have to move from IT silos to integrated solutions. This is called the butterfly, the cross-disciplinary nature of the computing. As I said earlier, the computing, because the computer science is different, computing is different. So now in this FDP, we are focusing how computing is going to helpful in business. But now I am talking about the other area, how computing can be used in social technical systems. Even computing can be useful in philosophy. Computing can be useful in arts and design. Computing can be useful in psychology, and computing can be useful in biology. See, for example, now we are having computational physics, computational chemistry, computational biology, digital sociology. Okay, and it have to be useful in engineering and physics, arts and designs. Now in future, now for example, English literature. Now without English literature, there is no progress in Google. The lot of English literature, those who are all working in the area of natural language processing, natural language understanding, natural language generation, phonetics, all those people, they have to come from art and design background. See here the another word they are using, design science, human computer interactions. And here another way we are having bots, okay, web analytics. And mostly I am talking about, my concern is about the social technical systems over here. Okay, how this technology is going to helpful for the society. This we already discussed. Okay, so now we are coming to the core identity of social science research. Yes, this is what the main theme of this topic, human-centered artificial intelligence. So far, what you people are all discussing is about business-centered artificial intelligence. The entire this FDP is designed in such a way that business-centered artificial intelligence. But my topic is about human-centered artificial intelligence. So here in the case of a human-centered, who are all the three main players? One is data, another one is machines, and the third one is what very, very important, crowd, society, or we can tell as community. Okay, so now how we are able to find it out, the crowd knowledge, what the crowd thinking, the crowd behavior, or the community behavior. Because this kind of a crowd understanding about the crowd using data and machines, okay, this is going to understand or helpful for the government in terms of a policy decision making. In terms of, please understand that, policy decision making. See, for example, now we are having a new agriculture policy. Okay, there are a lot of strike because the farmers got agitated and they created a big kind of mess in the Delhi. Okay, so now the government have to very clearly have to observe. Definitely, the government might have accessed the phone usage in that particular place, and they have to use it. What is the kind of a behavior among the farmers? Okay, the crowd is very, very important. So now see here, social data processing. Just a minute, I'll have a. So here we are using a word, social data processing. What do you mean by social data processing? See, for example, if you are in a crowded place, most of you are having a smartphone. So that smartphone is enabled by Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So using that, we can be able to access the crowd behavior, the crowd movement. Okay, this can be helpful in traffic management systems also. So now, for example, in Ola and Uber, you can be able to find it out if you are traveling from one place to another place. It shows that what are all the crowded place. If it is a crowded place, it will show red color. If the traffic is free in that particular road, it shows the green color. So it is called social data. So how that green color, red color, and yellow color indications based upon the number of people, those who are using mobile phones in that road. Please understand that. The number of mobile phones used in that particular road. Okay, so now we are having a conversational agents, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. So this will also have an interact with the data as well as the crowd, and based upon that, it will come out of a solution. See, now we are trying to cover, as I said earlier, we are trying to cover the social elements, cyber world, as well as the physical world. Just. So as I said, my another 30 minutes, my focus is about how society and technology have to be combined together and how it is called as social technical system. Again, I already told you the assistive intelligence as well as augmented intelligence. Now, logical plus emotional. So now we have to design artificial intelligence by combining emotion part, that is what here they mentioned as heart, and head part, or computer vision part, that is what the second image. We have to combine both. We have to combine both. That's what now we are going to use emotional artificial intelligence. Okay, where we are going to use this emotional artificial intelligence, chatbots. Definitely in those who handle the session in artificial intelligence in marketing, they might have handled a session on chatbots, video gaming, HR, security, detective mental stress. That is very, very important. Detective mental stress, education, car safety. So these are all the areas we can be able to use emotional artificial intelligence. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So now that I'm talking about the word digital humanities. So whatever the data or the machines, artificial intelligence, as well as the crowd, finally, which will leads to digital humanities. So if you for digital humanities, what are all the kind of your data we have to use it? See, we are having so much of data. We are having a big data, we are having a small data, we are having a thick data, we are having a small data, we are having a thin data, maybe another one, we are having a long data, and we are having a little data. Okay, so now how we are going to do with this data? See, for example, you might have heard about big data in finance and banking. Because imagine in a minute or within an hour, how much data is getting, how much financial transaction is done. That is one. Next one is small data. Small data is what? Observations. So now there are a lot of IoT sensors. See, for example, now wherever we are having a video surveillance systems. So that video surveillance systems, it will observe you for a certain moment. See, for example, nowadays, most of the retail malls, there won't be any workers. On your own, you have to go and you have to take up the products. So in that, your emotions have to be sensed by the sensors, especially HR recruitment systems. Then we are having a thick data. So that is called ethnography. What do you mean by thick data? Here is where I am working on this area, thick data. Your brain data. See, what you are thinking is different, what is your action is different. So now the thick data is going to be get captured. See, to understand the intention, to understand the emotions, to understand the feelings of the customer's experience. Got it over here? So to understand the emotion of the people, we are having a thick data. Same way we are having a smart data, because to remove some of the noise and to solve effectively the business problems. As I said, the optimization problem. So for that, we are having a smart data. So same thing, thin data, it is a basic version of the thick data, then long data as well as a little data, personally quantified data. Personally quantified data. See, for example, now during the time of this one, now we are having digital watches to monitor your heart rate and how much time you are walking, running, all those things is going to get recorded, no? So you are having a small app for that. So that kind of your data is going to be taken, and it have to be useful for the research. That is what it is called as a little data. Okay. So now, what is computational social science? So it took 1 hour to reach this particular topic. What do you mean by computational social science? Because you must have certain basic understanding. So here, the social science is usually the interested in developing the computational method that enables studying how people think, how people feel, how people behave in a social situations. Please understand that. In a social situations, it related to other sociology, govern themselves in political science and socio-economics, as well as they create the culture. So computational social science is a very good research area which combines social psychology, sociology, political science, socio-economics, as well as anthropology. So all those domains have to be combined together, especially create a culture to track the individuals, to track the community, to track the society, or to track the crowd, So this is especially to understand human social behavior. Human social behavior. I am having 3 use cases. I will show it to you. What are all the human social behaviors? These are all the areas we are all working, because it is a combination of social science as well as computer science, as Dr. Satyanarayana sir mentioned in his introductory remarks. So here we are trying to combine theoretical computer science as well as applied computer science from one domain to the, here in social science perspective, we are trying to combine psychology, anthropology, economics, politics, and sociology. That's what, by as a broad field, it is the social science. What are all the applications domain? Computational economics, public health, environment, politics, policy, social behavior, human behavior, and social systems. So we have to try to combine these 2 areas. As I said, now again, a transdisciplinary area is also possible by linguistics, psychology, neural science, philosophy, data science, all those things combined together. Yeah, I'll get into the application part, then we can able to get the information. Yeah. So now these are all the research problems. These are all the research problems in computational social science. So as we discussed, we are having a social psychology, we are having a social economics, and we are having a psychological science, we are having an anthropology. All those areas can be combined together using computer science approach. Okay. In economics, understanding the people behavior in economic activities and personal recommendation service. Now, this personal recommendation service is possible if you go to Flipkart and Amazon. Based upon your usage behavior, the software itself will give a personal recommendation service. But how to understand the people behavior in economic activities? See, for example, now, due to this pandemic, the government imposed social distancing. So whether the people are all following the social distancing, how it can be able to find it out? More based upon their movements. as I said, the crowd movements. So most of the people, they are having a smartphones, and based upon the smartphones, we can able to find it out about their behavior. Okay, here even in China, they used this kind of if you are going to a particular place where so many COVID-19 affected people are there, it will give a red indication in that particular location. Okay, it is marked for uh, red zone. It is marked as a red zone, so that we can able to get using the smartphones itself. So that is what the understanding the people behavior and the sociology, analyze the human interactions and social behavior in your social systems. Okay, and geography, human mobility analysis, urban sensing, location based recommender. In marketing, I think if those who might have handled artificial intelligence in marketing might have kind of how the human is mobile. For example, now we are talking about urban mobilization, in the sense smart city. So if it is a smart city, so what kind of a mobility analysis we have to do? Because how many people are all moving from one location to another location? Because based upon that, the traveling arrangements can be done. Okay, if the transport arrangements have to be done, that particular the road, that the traffic congestions have to be get reduced. So urban sensing, all those is getting possible in the case of geography. And public health, anticipate the track disease outbreak. That's what I mentioned. The COVID-19 people can be able to track using this kind of a concepts. Understand the spread of the disease and preventions. Understand that, see, this huge on artificial intelligence in public health. And based upon that, they can be able to track the COVID-19 affected people. Then environment, natural prevention, as well as the pollution measurement. Because if you are discussing about the concept of smart city and all, you can be able to understand this is. Then politics. Yes, now all our political parties, they started using this computational social science, understanding the human voting behavior and to which party they are going to vote, and party opinions diffusion analysis. So that is what right now even Twitter is also getting targeted, because sometimes the Twitter try to understand the behavior of the people. Sometimes they will try to distract the people by giving a false fake news. So that is what the government concern is. The government concern is they are feeling that Twitter is spreading false and fake news. How false and fake news is going to be get controlled and monitored? That is a concern of government of India. See that the kind of research topics, individual attributes and behaviors. So now I am working in the research area of if you are doing a stock trading, how my brain works. Okay, whether I am a high risk person or whether I am a low risk person. So based upon the low risk as well as high risk, how the behavior in the stock market changes. So that is what it is, an individual attributes and individual behaviors and relationships. See, for example, in social networking sites, you can be able to understand that how people are all connected each other. So there is a social theory called 6-degree separations. So based upon the 6-degree separation, only the people are all connected each other. So that relationship identifications, how the relationship is evolved, how the relationship is prediction. See, for example, now the suicide tendency of the people. Most of the suicide tendency of the people is already expressed in the social networking site, especially in Facebook. So if you observe some people, if they are in a stress, you can be able to find out about their postings in social networking. Very easily you can be able to find it out, this particular person is in under stress. So now we have to keep track of the people in their social networking sites. What is their behavior? Yeah, sometimes this kind of suicide tendency is also there. Even sometimes there is a terrorist mindset is also there. That's what the government concern is. Because now people are all creating lot of memes. Using that memes, they are trying to influence or they are trying to attack some section of the people. That is not good. Even though we are having a data privacy, data security, and data transparency is there, we must have our own limitations. We cannot damage or we cannot influence the belief of the other people. So that is going to be discussed in the relationship, how the relationship is going to be get evolved. And collective, the community behaviors. So that's what, again, in the social networking is also example for community behavior. And as I said, the protest of the farmers. The protest of the farmers is also considered to be the community behavior. So how the protest of the farmers, how the information is transferred, how the information is diffused, all the informations we can able to track it off. Okay. So now I'll move it to some of the three cases you can able to, before that, this is very, very important because there are so many different types of research is there. Mostly in management science, we are happy with hypothesis-driven research. Even we are not moving into data-driven research, design-driven research, discovery-driven research, and we are moving towards open science research. So if you are involved yourself in computational social science, we have to move from hypothesis, theory-driven research to at least data-driven research. Because if you want to do some research in the area of AI in marketing, finance, HR and all, definitely you have to get into data-driven research methodology. Social science research method is not going to solve the current problem and future problems. So data-driven, design-driven, discovery-driven, and open science, where we can be able to go for open science if it is the environmental related issues. So now in future, the government is ready to give the entire data related to environmental as well as the ecology. Okay, anything related to the environmental data, the government will put up in their website. As any research scholars, you can be able to get access of the data and you can be able to create your own models. So this is very, very important. I request all the researchers in the area of management science to move from hypothesis-driven research to data-driven, design-driven, discovery-driven. It means AI. We are talking about assistive intelligence. We are talking about autonomous intelligence. We are talking about emotional intelligence. We are talking about creative intelligence. If this kind of a research area, if you want to move, then we are having a different types of research methodology. Okay, so this is also very, very important. Later part, I will take up the question in this area. So on the extension of this, we are having a social science research method, data science research method, design science research method, behavioral science research method, decision science research method, e-science research method, and open science research method. Okay, so depend upon the problem. That's what. If you combine computer science with the sociology, you are having a different research approach. If you are having computer science with the economics, you are having a different approach. You are having a computer science with psychology, you are having a behavioral science. Okay, and you are having a computer science with finance, you are having a data science research method. So likewise, you have to use different research methods in different dimensions. Just wait, I'm skipping certain topics because of the time constraint. Okay, so now maybe we are having another 30 minutes. So now we are having a use case. I'll explain about the use case and you can be able to get the information. And I will show you a 3 minutes video. You need not worry about the video part because, sorry, audio part. The video part is what only important for you. Kumbh Mela experiment. Hope you might have heard about the Kumbh Mela experiment. This is a group behavior analysis, group behavior analytics. Okay, maybe right for the last this year, Kumbh Mela experiment is having a lot of created a lot of controversy because even we are claiming that this Kumbh Mela only created the second wave. One section of our country, the people are all claiming that Kumbh Mela only created the second wave. The government must not have allowed the Kumbh Mela. Okay, but our context is totally different. This is for Kumbh Mela experiment, the group behavior analysis. Group behavior analysis. I'll show you a small video because you know that in Kumbh Mela, throughout the world, even throughout the India, there are so many devotees will come to that particular place. How the people will behave, how the people will move, because the crowd, we have to manage the crowd in terms of security. The security is very, very important in this particular context, and how the group behavior also. Just I'll show it to you a video, small video, because this you can able to get this from this particular website, modeling attributes of religious tourism. Now it is creating another research domain. It is called as research religious tourism. Religious tourism. See, the data have to be monitored through drones and IoT devices. And based upon that, how much people are all coming in that particular location, and the event management, it have to be done through the simulations. So this will help the administrative people as well as the security people to find it out how the crowd is spread. So they are using a small bracelet where the IoT devices are all embedded. Okay, it will monitor where that particular person is moving around. Okay. So now in the previous one, we have to discuss about how this crowd behavior dynamics works. Okay, here there is no business, but only thing is we have to monitor. Now, why we are discussing this kind of an issues, in future we are moving from, we have to move towards a smart society. Smart society in the sense smart cities. So now we have to find it out who people are all getting inside the city, what the purpose they are coming, okay, and where the particular crowd is. Even if it is a crowd, it how it have to be get managed. All the information, whether the public authorities or the police authorities or the decision makers, or whether we have to come up with any policy, all those analysis, if you look into that, sociology aspect, psychological aspect, economical aspect, all those different dimensions, we have to look into that. So that is the one of the use cases, the Kumbh Mela, and especially for religious tourism. Okay, so now in that you might have observed that capturing the data is not at all a problem, because we are having a drones, we are having a IoT devices, everything will very easily will capture the data. Otherwise, also we are having a NFC, near field communications, barcode, Bluetooth devices. So gathering the data from the people is not at all a problem. What we are going to do with the data, what kind of algorithms we have to use, that is also one issue. Apart from that, what kind of a decision making we are going to move it. This is one problem. The next one is about information asymmetry, dynamic pricing, and pricing analytics. Mostly this kind of a concepts, we will use it in artificial intelligence in marketing. How dynamic pricing works, how pricing analytics works. See, for example, now throughout, even government is also trying to integrate the all the farming products. Okay, but it is very difficult. There are a lot of implementation challenges are there, because the dynamic pricing system is used, because the problem is with the farmers, they don't know about the price details, because the information asymmetry is also there, and in between the agents, so they will increase the price. So that is what it is called as dynamic pricing. And finally, it have to end up with the pricing analytics. Yeah, see, this is the fish market. This is a fish market, because I am from Kanyakumari. This place is just 2 kilometers away from my place. This place is called Manakudi. Here, morning 2 o'clock, the fisherman will get inside the sea. Maybe they will go around 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers from the seashore. They will capture the fishes. Around 8 o'clock, they will return to the morning 8 o'clock, they will return to the seashore. Once if they return to the seashore, there are so many the fish buyers, in the sense the local people also will be there, and the those who want to buy it for the business purpose. Okay, the traders also will be there. So the problem is how the people are all deciding the supply and demand, because I'm working in this research problems, how the information asymmetry, because those who went inside the sea, the fisherman, they don't know how much fish they are going to get it, or if they come to the seashore, whether the fish is having a demand. The other side people also, the buyers, okay, the buyers are also, they don't have any idea. But now how this supply and demand, because here not only in supply and demand, information asymmetry, okay, but in between we are having a middleman. The middleman also try to play a major role. Now I'll show you, maybe it is in Tamil, but you can able to understand that even in Karnataka also, you can able to observe this kind of a same situations wherever it may be. This is not only unique in my place. If you go to Kerala, if you go to all the seashores, you can able to find it out that how action, okay, whether it is now, even think about this in T action systems also. Just check it out. So the fisherman will bring this fish. Once if it is comes to the seashore, the people is having a auction systems. Okay, they will decide whether we have to go to purchase this entire fish for 400 rupees, 450 rupees, or 500 rupees. It's are all depend upon the supply. Here, the question we are trying to solve is information asymmetry. Information asymmetry in the sense people or the people try to manipulate the data. Okay. So they will start with 400 rupees, then 500 rupees, 510, 520, 530, 550. So finally it got over with 570 rupees. How it got decided? So whether we can be able to give any solution for this kind of a problem. This is one approach. And the next one is about quantified employees, people analytics. This is also very, very important. Now, imagine we are having a concept of work from home. In future, it is going to be work from anywhere also. So now the companies like Flipkart, even now the Deloitte, EMC, this kind of people, they are already using the sociometric badges to monitor their employees. How to monitor their employees? Maybe it is for decision-making purpose. Sometimes we can create the emotion of the people. Wearing this kind of a sociometric badges, in this particular badge, you are having a small sensors. The sensor will capture your movement. See, for example, imagine you people are all in your university. Maybe university, maybe a 50 acres campus. In the 50 acres campus, you can be able to move from one building to another building. Now, they embedded a small chip inside this badge. So it will give an information to your head of the department or dean or at the control of examination or registrar, those who are at the decision making level, to find it out how you are all moving inside the campus. How you are moving inside the campus. Suppose if you are going to the canteen, how much time you are spending your time in the canteen, how much time you are spending in the library, how much time you are spending in the laboratory, all those details. Then if you are communicating or interacting with the co-workers, what kind of discussions? Are you discussing anything related to subject, or are you discussing anything related to the research, or some kind of a political conversation? Anything and everything can be get monitored using this sociometric badges. See, this is what the sociometric badges will be there, but here a small chip is going to be get embedded. See here, this sociometric badges which consist of a microphone, infrared camera, accelerometer, a Bluetooth device. So these kind of technical devices is embedded in your embedded in your smart badge. So microphone, it will record whether if you are talking to your colleagues, or if you are talking to your seniors, or if you are talking to your authorities. It will monitor your pitch of speech, not the content, because of the data privacy. So far the content is the use of the content, they removed it, but maybe in over a period of time it can be get added. But your speech modulations, because if you are stressful, or if you are frustrated, if you are having an anger, then the pitch of a speech will be totally different. Infrared camera, to find it out the face-to-face interaction with the others. Okay, accelerometer, measure the activity level by detecting the movements. Bluetooth, to detect the proximity of others wearing the badges. So then you can be able to find out that in your university, where you people are all moving from one location to another location. And based upon that, what are all the research we can do that? personal profile of the individual's use, analysis of interaction pattern within the groups, analysis of interaction and differences in behavior between the groups. Okay, so this is one of the, this is a social problem. It's a social problem. Maybe it is a kind of a HR problem also, because if the institution want to create a culture, then they have to establish this kind of things. So this is a third use case in terms of research. There are a lot of research is going on in this particular domain, because this is the industry requirement. Okay, so now imagine we are all working in work from home. In work from home, what we are doing? So now the companies are all interested in monitoring if the employees are all going to continue work from home up to 2023 minimum. Okay, what are all the, what is their productivity? What is their efficiency? And what is their stress level? That also very, very important, because of work from home, there are so many people are all becoming stressed. Okay, so that kind of analysis also now people are all working on that. See, the sociometric badge, when people are all talking and their tone of voice, not words, please understand that. Because of data privacy and data security, we are not getting the voice. We are measuring the tone of the people. So this is a very good research domain. Then body position. Okay, because the relationship to others, whether the people face each other or how they stand in a group, anthropology study, body language, hand movements, facial expressions. So these are all, now see, this kind of issues is not only a technical issues. Please understand, this is not the technical problem. This is a societal problem. Yes. Now, there are so many theories are also related to this. It is not only technologies. Because if you want to work in this kind of a computational social science, it's a combination of sociology, psychology, economics, anthropology, cognitive science, neuroscience. There are so many areas, but theory also plays a major role. Because as I said, in social networking sites, we are having a 6-degree separation theory. That we got it from social theory, social networking theory, complexity theory, theory of constraints, chaos theory, string theory. Normally now, the string theory, we are trying to solve a finance problem using this concept from physics, from physics to finance. Please understand that. That is where the disciplines are all integrated nowadays. Okay, computer science to finance. Quantum theory. Yeah, again, quantum theory is about physics to society. Theory of individual behavior, theories of crowd behavior. So these theories are also we have to adopt if you want to do a research in this particular domain. Nudge theory. Maybe in finance, I think there are so many research scholars, they already started working in this area called nudge theory, behavioral change theory, models of individual behavior. Normally, we are having a theory X and theory Y. Okay. Other than that, self-actualization models, behaviorist and humanistic model, rational and emotional model. And now we are having another upcoming theories coming up. It is called as theory of change. So now there are so many research problems. The research scholars are all working. The prediction market, that's what I said, aggregate the informations. That's what I gave an example of information asymmetric, pricing, analytics, and user behavior. So you have to predict the market. You have to predict the market. The predict market, I gave an example of fish market, but instead of fish market, maybe it depends upon your location. You can able to make whether it is a coconut related market or any vegetable market or a tea market, any kind of a prediction market is possible. Social choice, aggregate the preferences. Computational social choice is another domain that mostly political science people are all working in this area. So here, because now all the political parties, they are going to, they already started appointing the data analytics company for their future success. Normally now, if you know the case study of in Tamil Nadu, a political party appointed a Prashant Kishore. He is a political analyst. He helped that particular political party in terms of predict the behavior of the voters, predicting the behavior of the voters. That is called digital politics. And peer productions, building the knowledge source. In a company, now in future, the knowledge source is very, very important. So for that, peer productions, human computations, make the humans to do the work. Please understand that that is very, very important. And reputation systems, determining the ratings, script systems, facilitate the transactions. So these are all the current research problems. Crowd behavior, individual behavior, mass behavior, public opinion, voters' opinion, dynamic pricing, social credit score. That is very, very important. In China and all, they implemented this concept of social credit score. What do you mean by social credit score? In India, we are having a we are having a credit score based upon your financial transactions. Okay. Now, social credit score will talk about your social behavior in the society, in the public. So, for example, now one day you are not using your two-wheeler license, or you are not wearing a helmet. That also getting into consideration. How your behavior is good in terms of a social environment. Okay, so that is a social movement. And the other research areas are all getting emerging. Social intelligence, social simulations, social informatics, social computing. These are all very broad area. I'm not able to explain it with this particular time duration, because now already we are having time, only 5 minutes more. Cultural analytics, digital humanities, digital culture, digital politics, smart city planning. These are all the future area, as well as now the universities can be able to consider introducing this kind of a subjects into their curriculum. Then only the research can be able to get developed in this area. That is also very, very important. So, thank you. Almost the conclusion part. Yes, we have to use the theory, data, as well as experiment. We have to combine all to develop a new computational social science problems. It will create a lot of new research opportunities. And we have to combine the hardware plus software plus algorithms, AI, to solve practical problems, to explore the new research problems in the society and business. So thank you. See, now maybe I can tell you some of the convergence I mentioned about that. Behavioral computational social science. This is another new area. How big data is in computational social science and humanities. Big data in social science, computational social science. These are all the books. Social physics. Social physics, please. See, physics is science. Society is kind of an artistic approach, so we have to combine both. Thank you.
Excellent session, Professor. Excellent. So there are some questions.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw that a lot of chat messages, nearly 12 chat messages are. Just can I go through that?
Sir, can you please suggest one or two topics where future research work can be carried?
Okay. Yes. See, at present, the future problem is especially the employees, those who are all working in work from home. So in the work from home, whether we can able to find it out, their work efficiency is getting increased, or work productivity get affected. That kind of a research also can be get considered.
Yes, sir.